Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our podcast. I'm Kris, joined by my brothers, Adam.
Hello.
And Eric.
Hello.
And we are back in the room once more to give our take on video games. And for this week's episode, we thought it would be fun to give our take on IGN's best video game of all time bracket tournament. We have pretty much Mabob, hosted by Hulu. No, yeah, this episode is sponsored by... No, I'm joking. But we have built this podcast in the beginning, even though sometimes we branch into just like announcements or reviews or that kind of thing. But we built it in the beginning talking about our favorite things or the best things in any given category. And the fact that this list claims to be putting up the best video games of all time against each other to find a winner, we couldn't resist. Now, this is actually something that people can vote on. And so we'll put the link to where you can actually vote. You might have missed some of it, though, by the time this gets out. We record ahead of time, and some of the rounds have already happened. But we will have also shared this on our Facebook page. So go check that out if you want to take part in the vote. But also check it out in the link below if you're watching this on YouTube. And while you're there, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and click that notification bell. That goes for everyone listening on audio platforms too. If you want to find the link to take part in the vote, go over to our YouTube, check it out, and while you're there, do us a solid and hit subscribe. But as well, if you want to touch base with us on social media, then you can on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Brothers Take to give your take on everything we bring up here today. We basically thought it'd be fun to go through the rounds, ignore what anyone else has already done. At the time of recording, round one has happened, so we will see those answers and give our take on whether we agree or not. And then going forward, we'll be deciding which ones we think should win in each category until we find a winner out of the games that are here. That's a lot of talking. That's a lot of information. But basically, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. And then we'll find out which is the winner here. And we might also have a discussion about games that we feel are missing off the list altogether. That we're like, why aren't they there? Who decided which games should be on this list? So
IGN.
Oh yeah. That's the end of the episode. Oh, that's only the start of the episode. So we're going to cue the music, and after that, we'll get this bracket tournament up. We'll describe it for people who are listening on audio platforms, each game that we're going through, but we will admit that there is a nice visual cue if you're watching on YouTube. So would recommend checking this one out on YouTube, guys. So let's cue the music and let's talk about this bracket tournament. Okay, so let's start with round one. There's a lot of games here.
Yeah,
there's a lot of games.
Yeah. Side do we start on?
I think we should
left-hand
start
side.
on the left.
Okay.
Let's read left
Left-hand
to right and go down the list. So, I don't know if you're gonna zoom us in.
Do you
there,
see
but
my mouse as well?
I can
We
see
do.
your mouse.
That's
as
grand.
well.
Okay. It's just
Hover
if
around.
I'm kind of
Just point
pointing at
something
something,
out.
I don't want to be like, do you see it? You're like, what are you even
What are you
pointing
even talking
at?
about, man?
What are
Like,
you even pointing
this
at?
is
Okay.
hard enough for people listening on audio without you fucking talking about invisible
Get
lights.
it, get in here.
Are you
Get
kidding
in
me?
here.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so our first
Okay.
matchup and is Red Dead Redemption
Yeah.
versus Borderlands 2.
Mhm.
There was a 79% vote on this in the first round. People, it was overwhelmingly Red Dead Redemption. Do we agree?
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I would agree with that.
You see now, and this is actually going to explain how this is going to work when we get to the next step, right? We're not doing it like individual votes. We are doing it as like it's a group vote. So, for example, the two guys have said yes. If I disagreed, then my vote would lose, and the brothers' takes vote would be Red Dead Redemption. But this is unanimous. I also agree. Red Dead Redemption, definitely.
Okay.
What's our
I
next
think-
pairing?
I don't know how they decided on these, but I feel like it's IGN's highest rated games kind of ended up in this list. I think. I don't know. I didn't read the thing, but
Could be.
it's really fun to like, you see it all over. It's on their website, it's on Twitter, it's on Instagram. You can go to any one of them and you vote on each.
I actually love bracket tournaments in general.
It's just fun, isn't it?
They are fun. And so, the fun is not to see what the winner is. The fun is when you get to the individual pairings and you get to a hard one and you're like, oh God, and you're trying to like
Scream at
argue
each
with
other.
yourself as to what are the pros and cons of each. But the next pairing was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas versus Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. What the fuck is that?
Well, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a very, very fun game, but this is an unusual pairing. I don't understand.
Is it just because of driving? Is that?
Well, I don't know. I just don't understand why these two are paired. Like, maybe there's no logic to this shit. Perhaps they had ones that they were like, okay, these have to be paired, and they were just left with a bunch, and it was like, well, we have to pair them off with something. So
sure.
Anyway, I 100% agree with the vote here, with San Andreas beating out Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, Eric, what do you think?
I mean, yeah. Wait, Mario Kart 8. That's the one on the Switch, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That's good crack. But yeah, no, San Andreas.
Yeah, I'm San Andreas too, so I agree with the 73% who went for that. I have to say,
it's funny. I think like looking at the 27%, I feel like that's 27% of people who haven't played San Andreas.
Right, and no, but to be fair, that's true. So if you get a pairing and you're like, I mean, I haven't played Mario Kart 8, so I can't, like, I was joking when I was like, what the fuck, but I can't really say much about it. So for me, by default, it's San Andreas. But
yeah, but if you only played like 10% of San Andreas and like 10% of Mario Kart 8, I know you're saying you haven't. I feel like you have, though. You must have played it up with mine.
Honestly,
at some point.
I swear to God, I have never played a Mario Kart game.
Impossible.
Okay.
The closest thing.
That's going to have to change.
That's going to have to change, guys. I'm so sorry, but the closest thing I've ever gotten to playing like a Mario Kart game is Crash Team Racing. Like, that's the last time I played anything that kind of.
Well, I think you get the
game.
gist, though, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, Crash and Mario Kart, they play differently. Like, controls-wise, they are a bit different. The skill level is a bit different, but ultimately, it's kind of a similar concept. So I think you get the idea there.
Yeah.
Anyway, San Andreas
100%.
wins.
100%. What's next? Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic versus Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. I see Adam adjusting in his seat here for some motherfucking controversy to come our way.
I actually love how like, that's not far off. That's 10%.
Very close. Yeah,
that's a 10% difference.
The percentages: 45% Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and 55% Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah. So I've played a little bit of Knights of the Old Republic, but it wasn't enough to grip me. I fucking love Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, so I'm going to go down.
Okay, Eric, I want to hear your take here. You look like you were holding on to water in your mouth. You know? Just spraying it everywhere.
I really fucking don't know with this one, because Pro Skater 2 was on PS2, wasn't it?
PS1.
PS1.
Yeah.
I probably played some of that, but Knights of the Old Republic is definitely fresher in my mind. But I didn't get that far. I probably would have to say Knights of the Republic because I remember it more.
Okay.
Because I remember Tony Hawk.
Oh, this is a little bit of a toss-up here. I played a bit of Knights of the Old Republic, and I did play a bit of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. I really enjoyed the music from that game, and also it was just fun to play. If I had them now, though, I think ultimately I would play more of Knights of the Old Republic, because it's a bigger thing, it's a bigger universe, there's more story to it. They could get more out of it as a game. And if, like, they've announced a remake for Knights of the Old Republic, if at the same time they announced that remake, there was a remake for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I didn't get it, whereas I probably would get the Knights of the Old Republic remake. So yeah, I'm gonna go Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay, so that stays.
It's
nice how close that is, though, isn't it?
It's very close, and I think it's probably for those reasons too, where it's like, nostalgia, I think, is what's guiding that vote. Yeah,
and I agree with what you're saying. Like, in terms of a remake, Knights of the Old Republic remake is a lot more, like, it puts a bigger dent in it than Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 remake. Like, that's just fun, really. But a remake of this, you just know it's going to be, well, hopefully it's going to be a great game.
I think it's going to be pretty special with modern systems and whatnot. I think as well, as we go forward, people, like, please play along. If you disagree with us, or if you have your own votes that you want to cast as you're going along, whether you're watching, whether you're listening, jump into the comments, touch us up on social media. Let us know your picks as we go along, or even if you do it in your head and you get along and you get to the winner at the end, let us know your winner, right? Just to bear in mind. So the next matchup is Fallout New Vegas versus League of Legends.
Oh fuck!
Almost out of protest. I want to say Fallout New Vegas.
I agree. I agree with what's here. I think Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, it won by 74% vote. Eric, what do you think?
I don't even know what League of Legends is.
Do you not? You are lucky. No, hold on. Sorry. People like it. It drives me soft though.
26% of the
26% of people like it. Why does it drive you soft, Chris?
I think a game can't get beyond this list unless people like it though, right?
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So League of Legends is well liked. I know loads of people who love it.
It's huge. It's huge.
But I would think that when people are comparing it to that game, I don't think it's that only 26% people like it. That just means 26% of people prefer it.
Yeah, I think this is
You
a
know what I'm
weird matchup. Like in the next one, it's World of Warcraft versus Fortnite. I think League of Legends versus Fortnite is a more comparable
is
match.
League of Legends like a battle royale then?
Not really.
Honestly, I would have put League of Legends up against World of Warcraft.
That's what I was thinking.
And Fortnite against Fallout New Vegas.
Okay, but I just think League of Legends is an arena-based online game. It's not necessarily it's not a battle royale, but it is arena-based. It does require multiple players. World of Warcraft, it's larger than both of those two things.
Yeah.
It's a more RPG like, so I would have put World of Warcraft against Fallout in this case, just because of its bigger world there. But anyway, yeah, between these two, I agree with what's there. Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah. I'd be more interested in jumping into the whole world of Fallout than League of Legends. I was just always put off by it. But World of Warcraft and Fortnite, I haven't played either of these, so it's going to be quite hard.
Which one
for me to
would
say.
you want to give a go?
Man, here's the thing: both of them. I actually, you know what? This is a good pairing for me personally. Because the UIs on both annoy the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I look at one and I go, I know I hate that kind of game. And I look at the other and I go, man, I know I hate that kind of game. But I wish I could like it. I wish it was different. I think ultimately I'm probably more interested in World of Warcraft because Fortnite's probably more fun to play. Right. But after like an hour, I've probably gotten everything I need out of it and feel no reason to jump in. If I could get into the lore of World of Warcraft, I think I could find a reason to keep playing it.
Yeah, World of Warcraft gets a bit addictive.
Right.
Yeah.
And at least like I love the artwork and stuff that I've seen from World of Warcraft. And there's a lot of comparisons, I think, with like Warhammer. I get a lot of
oh yeah, definitely.
Get a lot of vibes of Warhammer when I look at World of Warcraft. So
World of Warhammer, yeah.
World of Warhammer. So I think I could probably get into that more.
That would actually be class, World of Warhammer. Anyway,
make that game.
And then you could do a Galaxy of Warhammer, and that's the 40k version. I'd probably go for World of Warcraft because I've played Fortnite. You do it once, you either die or you win, and that's it. Well done. You have experienced the game. World of Warcraft, there's expansions. There's things you can actually do. There's oh wait, the game is probably going to be mentioned later, but
you don't need to say it. Yeah.
Let's just mention it early on. Like Skyrim,
motherfucker.
You could do multiple different things. You don't have to go slay a dragon. You can go build a house, or you can, hunt or something to shop and have.
So we agree with
make
this
it life.
choice.
We all agree. World of Warcraft. Yeah.
World of Warcraft.
Nothing's changed so far. This is
so far. I wonder what will happen on this one, though.
We're very straight. Chrono Trigger and Burnout 3 Takedown.
Okay.
I actually think the percentage rating here, 41% for Chrono Trigger, 59% for Burnout. That's pretty good, I think.
I would say, if I'm being totally honest, and I've no idea, but I think more people have probably played Burnout 3.
Yeah, definitely. And I think more people are probably not necessarily into racing games, but are just not into JRPGs.
Yes.
Right, I think that's more accurate as to what's happening here. So just to explain why they're wrong, yeah, no, I'd go. I think Chrono Trigger here.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger. I don't really like racing games, and I've played some of Chrono Trigger, but also
Just pop out here. Just
when I had nowhere else to like pick it up, I watched a full playthrough of Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
So I'm quite familiar with the story and the characters and the music, and the art style. I think is really cool too. So I'd be more like, so it could be a bit of a cop out if you're like, I'm picking one that I've never really played, but I know it's renowned. But I am familiar with Chrono Trigger, and I would definitely prefer to Burnout 3.
Yeah. Okay. So that's our change so far.
That's our first like disagreement with the general
Yeah.
public. But I think the reason why is interesting. I do
Yeah.
think it's exactly.
I'd say that's the reason. Yeah, but I don't know. It is pretty close though. It's not like way
It's
off.
not
So
crazy. No,
pretty
it's
good.
actually not bad at all. Like I know Chrono Trigger is renowned with a lot of people, you know.
Yeah.
So I think this next pairing is one of the best pairings on the list.
Yeah, they're pretty similar in kind of tone and gameplay style.
So it's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare versus GoldenEye 007. And I imagine that's not the like remake GoldenEye game. I imagine it's the old school.
Oh yeah, no, this is the N64 one. Yeah.
Both the best first person shooters of their day.
Yeah.
I
I agree with what's here though.
The public 72% went for Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare at the time. I imagine as well, by the time this episode is out, by the way, more of these rounds have happened. But, you know, please bear in mind time of recording because we record ahead. And either way, we're just giving our take in general of what we would pick. But, yeah, I agree with the public here. I'd go with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
No, not Modern Warfare 2.
Just Modern Warfare. Just COD 4. I'd say COD 4.
Yeah.
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 I did play GoldenEye when I was younger, but I don't think it had, beyond the awesome multiplayer, which was more like, oh, it's fun to play as these odd James Bond characters that never met and go around shooting each other.
Yeah.
You know, Jaws and Baron Samedi or whatever. I just think there's probably more in Call of Duty 4. And that game probably learned a lot from GoldenEye anyway. You know what I mean?
Well, every first person kind of did.
Yeah. So the systems that are good in GoldenEye have been carried over. But man, Call of Duty 4 made me fall in love with first.
Kind of unfair pairing. You know,
in some respects, yes.
Was nearly 3 generations apart, nearly.
Yeah. So again, this could be even another case of a lot of people might not have even played GoldenEye that are voting.
I would think a lot of people are voting probably haven't.
Probably.
That gap maybe.
But then again, Modern Warfare is just, it's
so good.
It's just so famous for its, like, it really did change multiplayer games going forward.
Oh yeah, it set the new standard of modern first-person
campaigns as well. Just
100%. I think even the Far Cry series has this game to thank.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
in a way. This is a fucking weird pairing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Journey.
It is.
And Dishonored.
Now 30% voted for Journey and 70% for Dishonored. I'm not particularly surprised by that.
Well, Dishonored was very popular, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dishonored won, and I'm not surprised by that. It was popular.
What way are you guys?
I would disagree with it and say Journey.
I haven't played enough of Dishonored or Dishonored 2 or anything like that. I haven't played enough of it, but I just feel because it's a first-person game, as in it's like an FPS sort of style game, it ends up losing it loses aspects that other stealth games have by being third person. You know what I mean? By it being first person, it's like you're too claustrophobic almost.
I get you. Kind of like it's a fair criticism as well for the Deus Ex games.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah, it's like
it's nearly like the wrong gameplay for the style of game.
Yes, like first-person shooter is quite straightforward, and it's the power of the gun that makes it work. But when you have something that's like free roaming across the city, it's almost like Assassin's Creed or something mixed with Bioshock. It's kind of like, well, honestly, you should have went for third person. But based even just on the music and the glisteningly beautiful sand, I would say Journey. Journey's my favorite of the two.
I suppose by default, I haven't played Dishonored. That's the truth. I've played Journey all the way through. But another way of me looking at that, because in some ways it's kind of unfair to say, well, so that wins because by default, right? Which is going to happen in some cases. But I also look at it this way. I've had many years to pick up Dishonored and many years to pick up Journey. And I picked up Journey and I've never picked up Dishonored and I've had no interest to do so.
Mhm.
So something about Journey grabbed me more than Dishonored did. So I actually think it's fair for me to give Journey the vote as well. So
Okay.
that's our other disagreement with the public. Journey. This is where we get people going, you're fucking wrong, man.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's
No,
like
because people love Dishonored, don't they?
Yeah, Jared. Well, I
I assume so.
It got a sequel. It got an
won-
expansion.
and it won this vote round. So yeah.
Well, as well, but I think that's the reason why so many people actually were excited for Deathloop, even when they hadn't seen much like about what the game really would be early on, was they liked that studio. They liked the Dishonored games.
You
Is
mean
that
it
the
was
exact same studio?
It is, isn't it? Arcane Studios, and they the
Oh,
guys
yeah,
that made
yeah.
Dishonored. Yeah.
You mean it wasn't because Journey was shown 20 times a day?
Journey or Deathloop?
Not Journey. Sorry, Deathloop.
Deathloop.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have it playing on a loop, you see. Okay, the next pairing is Portal 2 versus The Sims 3. Have either of you played either of these games?
I have played a tad bit of Portal.
I've
And
played a bit of Portal 2. I've played a bit of The Sims 2 and The Sims 4. So I think I can get a good gist of what The Sims 3 is like.
It's somewhere in the middle of like those two there.
And as far as I know, it's actually the worst of those. Like,
Why is
so
it here on this list then?
I'm surprised it's on the list.
I would love to know.
Someone rated it high, obviously at IGN.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't. Like, I would see maybe Sims 2 there instead, or maybe definitely Sims 4, because it's basically Sims 3 just with more shit.
Mm.
But no, Portal 2 definitely deserves this spot.
Well, I know that like Ash fucking loves the Sims games, so
Right.
she would definitely be going Sims 3. And she's been playing that one. I've seen that one. But from what I gather, it's like she's playing the PC version, and it seems to be most fun when you use mods, when you kind of make the game fun or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But I played a little bit of Portal 2 at my friend's house before. Again, it's not a game that I've played to completion or anything, but it was a bunch of fun playing around with the mechanics of the portal gun and the puzzle aspects of it. So I would agree here. I'd go Portal 2.
There's good characters in
Yeah.
that as well.
Yeah.
and
dialogue.
so isn't Portal 2 multiplayer? It's like 2-player co-op?
I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, I thought there was two. I thought there was like a co-op campaign in it where you play as two robots.
Don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Are you Portal 2 as well, Eric? Or no, Sims 3, right?
Yeah, definitely, man. You gotta build a house, get a dog. You know, it's amazing when you add mods to it. It's like the game is so good that actually to make it so much better, you have to change the entire thing. So I go Portal 2.
Okay, excellent. Next pairing up is I'm just sorry, the percentage vote is funny. God of War, 2018 version, which spoiler alert for audio listeners, won 90% vote. It was versus StarCraft. What's StarCraft?
StarCraft. So anyway, World of Warcraft
It's
is like
Warcraft in space.
Yeah.
Why wasn't that against World of Warcraft?
Because it's the same company.
Yeah,
it's,
but
it's Blizzard as well.
would it not be an interesting thing to see of the company's two properties, which do
I don't
people
know.
prefer?
I definitely wouldn't put it against God of War. I would put maybe God of War against I don't know, down there Assassin's Creed or something. You know, it's
or the ones below it, which is going to be a balls for us. Anyway,
spoiler alert is coming up. I imagine we're all on the same page on this one. I don't know.
Yes, StarCraft, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
We are the minority. We're the 10%.
We're the 10%.
We would have been the 90% if the 90% was the 10%. That's, you know, we just like to go the opposite way.
StarCraft is our one because it's got space and aliens and awesome cinematics that don't in any way match the gameplay. It's amazing.
I have a feeling this God of War 2018, just thinking about the way the rounds are probably going to go, I see that going all the way to the end and possibly winning this whole thing. I haven't even seen the other games yet.
There's a good chance it could go very, very fucking far, especially like
The fact
it's
that's on 90%.
90%. That's pretty strong.
That's really strong.
And
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
love this game. So like
And it's
I do
it's-
too, but
it's,
they
Oh,
it's
it's a
love
good
against Portal 2 in the next round. So
We already know how that's gonna go.
I mean, I think Eric has a fucking point, but yeah, my vote here is obviously God of War as well.
God of War.
yeah, I got more.
Okay, so we're not changing that. The next one is Sid Meier's Civilization 4. I think the only reason they put these together was because they're about 4 with Roman numerals. It's versus Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
I'm gonna give it to Assassin's Creed. It's got pirates.
For the listeners, Black Flag won with 85%, and Civilization 4 only got 15%.
How do you feel about that, Eric? You played a lot of Black Flag.
I cleared Black Flag.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
play Sid Meier's Civilization 4?
I don't think I played the fourth one. I think I played a different one.
Oh. I think this is going to answer that.
I played the one. Remember, you played it as well, and Gandhi was a dick who kept nuking everybody,
Gandhi is in all of those games.
and he nukes everyone
He
all
does.
the time.
You have to watch out for him because everyone's like, oh, Gandhi. I remember him from like the history books and the documentaries. He seems like a nice dude. But in that game, I don't know. I think what happened was in the earliest version of the game, there was actually like a glitch or a bug that made Gandhi so violent because it was obviously weirdly out of character. Obviously, everyone tries to attack you anyway, but he came off way more aggressive than anyone else. And then I think it just became this in-joke that as the games progress, because now they do animations and they have Gandhi he gets real frowny at you and everything. And so, yeah, I do remember. That's the only thing I remember about that game is Gandhi. So that made an impression, all right. But I'm not a lover of the Assassin's Creed games, but I do like pirates.
Yeah, it's basically a pirate game.
I gotta go with Black Flag.
It's actually quite unfortunate that the game is attached to Assassin's Creed, because if it wasn't, it would be a fantastic pirate game. But it's like they have to shoehorn the Assassin's Creed stuff in, and it kind of ruins it. But yeah, I suppose I'd go to Black Flag because I picked it up. You know what I mean? And I'd never really had an interest in picking up any of the Civilization games.
See, I think that's a really good way as well of telling where you feel about it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
15%. That 15% are the only people that actually played it.
Yeah.
Probably, I would say definitely there's a lot of people went, never even heard of it. Black
Civilization
Flag,
is supposed to be a great game. If you're into that type of game, it's supposed to be really good. But I imagine those type of simulation style games are probably a bit of a niche.
Do you think that should have been against The Sims 3?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like the pairings are weird.
The parents are really weird.
This
Anyway,
I don't know. I think this next one's good.
This
I
next
actually-
one is
I think this next one is also fucking weird.
it is only because you'll see later on Ocarina of Time
you'll see
should be
why.
against something else.
Yeah.
And also I think Skyrim here, take your shots, folks, should be against maybe The Witcher, which comes up later on. But anyway.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Ocarina of
let's-
Time versus Skyrim.
Are you surprised by the level of percentages? So they had
I thought it'd be tighter. Well, actually,
No, I think that's quite accurate. I think.
yeah. Skyrim won here by 63%, and Ocarina of Time got 37% of the votes.
see, I never really played much of Ocarina of Time, so I can only really go with Skyrim.
Yeah. I've played both.
Yeah, I'm
And
curious
I
about
agree with
Adams
the vote here.
Huh?
I agree with the vote here. I do think Skyrim is a better game. It's got obviously more longevity. It's like another version that's coming out this year. It's very versatile. There's been 3 versions of Ocarina of Time. I do think my personal favorite is actually the one on the 3DS, the one with the 3D visuals. But Ocarina of Time it's a linear game. You know, it has the illusion of it being kind of open a bit. And what makes the game famous in game history is, I suppose, it kind of showed you how you do a 3D adventure game. Like Mario 64 was actually the one to do it, but they use the same engine with Ocarina of Time. They showed it in this kind of, fantasy setting.
Yeah.
But the actual story is really, really great in terms of its time travel. So this handles time travel way better than Skyrim does.
Sure.
But I think Skyrim is a better fantasy adventure than Ocarina of Time.
Maybe Ocarina of Time should have been up against Chrono Trigger.
Maybe.
I don't know. I would have actually maybe put it up against God of War.
Oh, you big crazy bastard, yeah.
No, just as an adventure.
I know,
game,
I get you.
Yeah.
I'm also Skyrim here. Who am I kidding? There's no point in saying any more on
Worth
it.
playing though. I recommend Ocarina. It surprises still, like the way
Is
they
it the
handle
best
time travel.
Zelda game, or would that be just a purist
No,
statement?
I do think Breath of the Wild is the best Legend of Zelda game.
Okay.
And whoever claims otherwise is insane.
Yeah. Okay.
But
You're insane, guys.
this is the best story for sure.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Our next pairing is Bioshock versus Overwatch. I'm not trying to be rude here, but I mean, come on. Is there any fucking question about this?
No, it's Bioshock.
It's
Like-
Bioshock.
Yeah. Well, because again, Blizzard did their little classical thing where it's an awesome cinematic video,
Mm.
and then you see the gameplay, and you're like, "But that doesn't match at all. What are you doing? Shoot, assassinating a robot. Why is there now in a battle royale? What the fuck's going on here?" So
The great thing about Bioshock is that there's nothing else like it.
Yeah.
And you can't really compare it to anything either. Like nothing that came before it.
Yeah.
You can compare stuff kind of afterwards. You can kind of say, "Oh,
Yeah.
that seems a bit Bioshocky."
Yeah, like
But
We Happy
it's-
Few or something like that.
Yeah, but it's got like not only the aesthetic, but it's got a fucking brilliant story, an incredible environmental story, like the way the environment tells what's happening. A bit like it's kind of got like an Arkham Asylum vibe to it, nearly as well.
It does. It actually has, even in its art style and kind of the way it makes a certain era, the 30s and 40s, more retro. It's very like the Batman animated series.
Yeah, like
which I
what do you call that? It's like
Gothic, isn't it?
No,
but
it's Art Deco. Isn't that the name of it?
Art Deco. That's it.
Yeah. And the gameplay. The gameplay is just innovative. So 100% Bioshock.
I never loved the gameplay. I always thought it was fine, but just the setting of Rapture is so fucking cool. Bioshock is a game where in the future, if they announce a remake, I'd be super excited. Because for me, the gameplay is an aspect that could definitely be revisited. But the setting itself, like, I'd love to see that with new lighting and everything. Like, it'd be so cool. I certainly wouldn't be mad if I heard that there was a remake of it. I'll put it that way.
No.
I certainly wouldn't anger me. So we agree with the public there.
Yeah.
The next one, I'm curious as to what you will say, actually. Minecraft
versus Fable
2. What do you think?
I've played and cleared Fable 2 in a week.
Did you? I didn't know that.
I played and cleared it.
You see, I think you'll always get a few hidden gems at Eric because he's played so many games. He just doesn't tell anyone, even on a gaming podcast.
And I've also played Minecraft.
Have you?
Yeah, I played Minecraft.
I didn't know that.
At a friend's house. I played Minecraft at a friend's house. See, it was big when all my other, like everyone else around my age was like, "Oh, Minecraft's amazing." And I'm like,
right.
This is the same shit over and over again. Let's play Skyrim.
Is that your vote then? Is Fable 2, is it?
My vote would be on Fable 2, yeah. The kind of the use of magic and melee weapons, but also like flintlock weaponry and stuff like that. And kind of, again, you can go down lots of different paths with it. So yeah, Fable 2.
I'm going to go with Minecraft. I've always liked the idea of Fable, but I always felt every time I played it, it was just, it never lived up to the kind of the artwork and what it was presenting itself to be.
Okay.
But with Minecraft, like it's similar to The Sims that we just mentioned. You can download other people's projects and stuff in Minecraft, and there's currently a project I seen. Corridor Digital did a video on this where this person actually did. They've, as a community, they've built Middle Earth in Minecraft, and they'll actually take you on a tour Like there's actually like a guide that will actually guide you around Minecraft around Middle Earth in Minecraft and tell you about it and stuff. Like so, I just think the things that can be done in Minecraft, as well as the multiple versions of it, whether it's on mobile or in VR. So like you can do VR Middle Earth Minecraft. I just think like I think that's probably why it's gotten such a big vote here, is that it's quite an impressive project more so than a game. But
I'm kind of torn here. I've never played either of them, nor wanted to. So I don't know. I don't. Like tossing a vote in the wind here. I don't fucking know what to pick or what my grounds for picking them would be. I mean, on a personal level, I imagine I would probably enjoy Fable 2 more. And then on an objective level, I'd probably think that Minecraft is such a sandboxy game. There's just more to do in it. So it's probably the better game. But this is about personal votes. So how about fuck off and I'll go Fable 2. There you go.
okay. True.
Take that world. Yeah, I could see myself enjoying the fantasy setting probably of Fable 2 more. And I think with Minecraft, I would, as much as you can do with it, I'd say I'd get bored very quickly.
Yeah. With Fable 2, the like your choices can change your appearance as well and stuff. There's actually multiple endings and
it's a choice-based game too, right?
Yeah, choice-based.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. So, and I like those kinds of games. So yeah, it would make sense to me that I would enjoy that more.
I'm really looking forward to the new Fable whenever that happens.
Right.
And
yeah.
I hope they have learned a lot of lessons from like Fable
Is it
3
Fable
like
3? Oh no. So what's the new one called? Is this Fable 4?
It's just at the moment it's just Fable. I don't know what that means. I don't know whether is that like a
Remake?
reboot or a remake, or I don't actually know, but I'd be really looking forward to that. Because yeah, there hasn't been a Fable for a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people could go toe to toe with these ones, even though the vote was largely one way.
Yeah.
But if you're someone's like really passionate about the other, I feel like they could drive a good argument. But we've got The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt versus Diablo 2.
Okay. That's so unfair, isn't it?
I mean, I haven't I haven't really played Diablo 2. I played the demo to Diablo 3, so I'd reckon it's
I honestly thought you were about to say I played a bit of The Witcher 3, and I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. You played all of it and all the DLC like 6 times or something, and then said, nah, it's not my favorite game. It's not even in my top 3. I don't know.
What are you talking about? I've only played like a bit of it. I've only played like over 500 hours of it. That's like on.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fucking hell.
Diablo 2 is it's fun, but like to go up against Witcher 3 is really unfair.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely agree with the vote here. And I'd say Witcher 3.
Eric?
And I don't even like Witcher 3.
Eric, is there any point in asking you? Or...
No, there's no point in asking me.
So it's Diablo 2 for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Obviously. Okay, yeah, 3 votes for The Witcher 3. Fuck it. I at least like that world, and I've tried playing Witcher 3. I've never touched Diablo 2. And so that's that.
Now, this is a tricky one, right? Because when I first read the next one, which is Doom and the game Inside, right?
Yeah.
And I saw Doom, and I was like, oh, that's obviously Doom. I played that. That was great crack. But then I realized it doesn't say 2016 beside it. I'm like, well, I played none of those.
I'm going to assume it's the OG.
Yeah,
Doom.
It's the OG. I'm assuming it's the OG Doom.
Do you really think so? I would have thought it was the 2016 Doom.
I think it would have 2016 in brackets.
Because with God of War has 2018 beside it.
Well, do you want to know what else I think? I think the 76% of people who voted for Doom assumed it was the 2016 one.
Probably.
Maybe 50% of them assumed that, and the rest of them were like, "No, yeah, OG Doom, absolutely."
Yeah.
Probably.
Which one's Inside again? Is that the one?
It's like Limbo.
It's like Limbo. Yeah. It's cool art style, all right. Hard to say when it's the old Doom.
Yeah, it was fine. I agree with what's here. The old Doom, like if you've played Serious Sam, you have an idea of what Doom is like. It's just a slightly bit clunkier than that, but it's that essentially to like really polyphonic heavy metal music, and just ridiculous grunts and noises and cool weapons and we like, where would most of the first person shooters on this list be without it?
Well, I'll put it this way. The A24 exhibitionist in me wants to say Inside and talk about the deep, artistic meanings of the angles at which they portrayed that to us on screen. But the heavy metalist in me wants to say fuck you and say Doom. So Doom. I'm going to do it.
What do you think, Eric?
I mean, I probably get more fun out of Doom. I think I'll play Inside, and I think I'll be like, wow, this is nice.
Not to
This is
mention
nice.
there's multiplayer in Doom.
Exactly. So the Inside's like you clear it, and you're like, this was nice, grand. Okay, put it away. But with Doom, you get hours of
Inside is a
blood,
great
awesome.
game, but I just think it has to be Doom, doesn't it?
Yeah, you get hours of blood, awesome killing. It's awesome.
Okay, let's get us over to the other side. We've got Super Mario World versus Super Mario Bros. Ultimate.
Super Smash Bros.
Super Smash
Super
Bros.
Smash
Man.
Bros. Ultimate. Oh, fuck off. Super Smash Bros. all the way.
I'm
Yes.
actually gonna go Super Mario World.
Oh, shit, brother.
Well, I'm gonna go with what Chris said and put it together and make Super Mario Bros.
Smash
Ultimate
Bros.
World.
Ultimate World. Okay, Eric, this means you're the deciding vote here for us.
I mean, I'm going to go with Super Smash Bros. Based on its multiplayer and its awesomeness. And you get
yeah,
Smash.
it's just fun. Isn't it?
Cool.
Man, they're getting Sephiroth. Are you fucking kidding me?
Smash, man. Smash.
They're getting Sephiroth and Kazuya. Like,
Oh no, the
Hold on,
next one. The next one.
this is the
Oh.
hardest one so far for us,
Oh,
I would say, probably,
fucking
as the
sweet.
three brothers
And-
who we are.
Definitely most people have not played Metal Gear Solid 3 to vote like that. Although that's
I think this vote, so The Last of Us versus Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. 74% of the vote says The Last of Us. 26% of the vote says Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. This alone
Is a
shows
sin.
the age of these voters.
yeah.
Yeah, do you think that's it? Or do you think that, like, because you have to look at it as well, where people are looking at the two of them and going, man, I'm fucking torn. But ultimately, for me, it would have to be The Last of Us. And if everyone feels that way, ultimately, that's going to push that up so much higher.
Maybe.
Do you know, that could happen
Um,
too. Because this is a tough one, if you ask me personally.
Well, I'm going for Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Eric, what are you going with?
I'm actually kind of leaning towards Snake Eater as well.
Okay. Any
Because-
reason why?
Yes, loads of
Okay.
reasons why.
But I don't want to name them here.
The Last of Us
Yeah.
has good replay value, right? It does. It's very fun to replay. Snake Eater has better replay value because you can actually change the outcome of situations. There's like 6 fucking endings to the battle with the end. But The Last of
Yeah.
Us, when you're fighting David, there's one ending. That's it. You kill him. That's great. It's a great game, but for replay value, I'd have to probably go for Snake Eater.
And even if you're into story and characters,
Oh, man.
Metal Gear Solid 3 is way more complex than The Last of Us in terms of
It
like
is.
how human the characters are. The delivery is not as good.
No.
The
Delivery
acting
is
and
campier, yeah.
performances are definitely way better in The Last of Us.
Mm.
But the just the relationship between Snake, the boss, and Eva, that triple relationship, that's like we're yet to come across that in gaming again, I think.
Oh, man. It doesn't matter. I don't have to say because two of you have actually said Snake Eater. So I don't have to pick one, do I?
Maybe I should have went with The Last of Us, just make it harder on Chris.
No, fuck you, man. See, here's the thing. If it was a different Metal Gear Solid, which I would like to point out is not on this list, which I'd also like to point out to the gaming world, is a fucking sin. And there should be an element of shame on whoever compiled this list and thought, yes, it's okay to have like multiple games of the Mario and the Zelda universe, but no, there can't be more than one Metal Gear Solid on here. bullshit. Shame on you. MGS1 should be on this list. I am
That's why I think it's
shocked
based
and
on.
appalled.
That's why I think it's based on the highest rated games from IGN because
Mhm.
I think they have Snake Eater rated higher than Metal Gear Solid 1. And down to two reasons. One, they find Big Boss to be a more complex character, and two, the amount, like just the gameplay alone,
Mhm.
is just phenomenal in Snake Eater.
I want people to understand how difficult this choice is for me, but I'm gonna go with Snake Eater.
Good man.
Good man, fair play to you, boy. That's tough though. That to me, that's the toughest one so
That
far.
is definitely the toughest one on it.
Yeah.
But
because
yeah, it's the only one where I'm like a hard disagree. You know?
the funny thing is though, if it was like down to certain elements, this is why it's so hard for me because it'd be balanced in certain elements. Like if someone is like, oh, better protagonist, Joel or Big Boss, I'd pick Joel. I would,
Yeah.
even though Big Boss is so complicated, Joel is just so. He's one of the most human video game characters I've ever.
Well, I can
played.
relate to Joel. I can't exactly. I don't see myself as Snake.
No, absolutely
as,
not. Big Boss
no.
is more like I'm playing a movie, but I'm kind of watching the events. Whereas The Last of Us, you can feel like you become Joel in terms of taking responsibility for Ellie. I will say The Last of Us does the escort mission better.
Oh, that's true.
But,
Definitely. Yeah.
but I think Snake Eater, in terms of its mythology, and yet how many gameplay options there are, and just how groundbreaking it was in terms of like your stealth and your camo and eating to survive and all that stuff, like that's just insane.
And that's just such a cool era to explore, isn't it? Like it's one that we can look back on and kind of say, what, like just so how weird it is. But with The Last of Us, it's
what
abstract.
were we thinking? Cold War, never again.
Never again, lads.
What were we thinking? All right, next one.
This one, I would say it's not as hard as the other one, but I think it's a really good matchup. To be fair,
I have a feeling I know what Adam's gonna choose,
and he knows what we're gonna choose. So let's not fuck around here.
Yeah, go on, Adam.
So it's Halo 2 versus Mass Effect 2, so that people know. And in the actual vote, Halo 2 won.
Halo 2 got a nice.
It got a nice, sexy 69%. If you're playing bingo, that's dinner for two. Dinner for two. Anyway.
Is that what they actually say, bingo?
No, of course they don't.
All right.
Of course they don't.
They could have.
Maybe like bingo loco. But
I actually disagree with this.
Do you?
I think I would go Mass Effect 2 here.
Adam knew what we were thinking and decided he's going to fuck us and go.
No, I mean, I have
a tiger can change his stripes.
I haven't fully cleared, or have I? Have I cleared Halo 2?
I don't know.
I don't know if I fully, because I remember I was kind of playing through them, but I can't remember if I fully cleared Halo 2. But it's certainly not as wow to me as the first one. Or the third one. I think that I really like Halo 3.
Weird, because the second one I think of regarded as the best.
Incorrect.
Really?
Yeah, it's a bit of an MGS2.
Why is it on this list? Who made this list?
I think it's it's the multiplayer that really elevated it. No, like look, some people do really love Halo 2 for its story, and I think it did do a really bold thing. But I don't know. It didn't grip me as much as one, but the gameplay is certainly a lot better. But I do think Mass Effect 2 is a better game here. I think there's a lot more you can get out of it. I think it would have a larger appeal. So I'm a little shocked here.
I'm quite surprised. I'm not surprised that Halo 2 won because of how many Halo fans there are in general. Like if you're a Halo fan series and that's the only Halo on there, then you're probably going to push that forward anyway. But I am surprised how big the gap between the two is, because I would feel like there's a Mass Effect audience that's very similar, that regardless of the Mass Effect that's on there, they would want to push that forward, maybe bar Andromeda.
I think partially a lot of this is because it's Halo.
Right, just the legacy of Halo more than the game.
Well, I would imagine most people who are voting between these two games are previous 360 owners that would have had these two games on their 360. as opposed to a bunch of PS3 gamers. Like, how many of them are actually got Mass Effect 2? I don't really know. But between if you have a 360 and you've played both of these games, you would have likely spent most of your time playing Halo 2 because of its online. Oh, sure, it's Xbox, the original Xbox, actually. Sorry,
It was on the original Xbox.
So yeah, that's even weirder.
Well,
True.
but
Wow.
didn't they re-release Halo 1, Halo 2? So that way, then
That's
they
true.
would have had
Yeah.
the multiplayer recently.
There's a bigger audience, yeah, with the Master Chief Collection for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think that this gap is quite large between these two games.
Yeah, definitely. But either way, we disagree with the public vote here, and it's Mass Effect 2 from us. I don't even need to go into it. I think anyone who's listened to us before would know how much I like Mass Effect 2. I love it. I don't just
You
like
may.
it. I love it. In fact, I don't like it at all. I only love it. This one, motherfuckers.
This is
a crazy gap, but
it is a crazy gap.
Either way,
look, it's
Adam
not.
doesn't even agree that which Uncharted it is. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It
So
should be 4, really.
for our listening audience, we've got Grand Theft Auto 5 versus Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. And in the public vote, Grand Theft Auto 5 won with a 75% vote. What would you guys have picked?
considering
pick Uncharted.
Straight away.
I'm not surprised by the vote here. Like,
Sure.
it's a bigger game, bigger platform across multiple platforms.
It's a bigger audience.
I mean, there's another one coming out.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah.
But it's a bigger audience too.
A much bigger audience. So that's understandable. The online component, I think younger people really love. Like, GTA really grips the youth, and I think Uncharted 2 is a much more mature game. So I'm not surprised by it, but for me personally, it'd be Uncharted 2.
Eric?
I'm not agreeing with the fact that there's 2 Grand Theft Autos on this and not 2 Metal Gear Solids.
Thank
and
you.
Not 2
Thank you.
Halos or not 2 Uncharted's or you know.
I think it's absolutely scandalous that Uncharted 4 and Metal Gear Solid 1 are not on this list. Scandalous.
Yeah.
Scandalous.
And I'm also seeing again when we look down the list, I'm seeing another game part of a franchise.
Yeah.
And okay. What I would go with. I've played and cleared both of these. I'd probably go with Uncharted 2 because that had multiplayer, didn't it?
I mean, I'm just already gonna.
Well, I mean,
I'm just
two of you have
preparing.
gone for Uncharted 2, so it doesn't matter what I say here. But I think if I was being objective and saying which is the better game, I would probably say Grand Theft Auto 5. But subjective, my preferred game for me as a gamer is Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
Which is a game I fucking love.
I
But
think
I
Uncharted 2
think
had
Grand
a
Theft Auto
larger-
5 is an incredible game.
I think Uncharted 2 had a larger impact on games.
Well, there is that in terms of being actually quite inspirational.
Yeah. Also, GTA 5 is like it's in the same place as San Andreas. So that's just pure cheating.
Yeah, but that's what everyone wanted, Eric.
Again, Eric, I think it's because it's the highest rated games from IGN. I think that's what the case is here. And I remember seeing, I don't know if it's still the case with IGN, but I remember seeing like a 99% score for San Andreas. So no doubt that that's going to be on the list.
Oh, yeah.
I most of these games and even the other games like Metal Gear Solid and stuff like that would be in the 90s somewhere. But these, we're talking the top tier 90s.
Like 98% up or something.
Yeah. These
97% up maybe.
Okay.
Sure.
Right. Next 2. Street Fighter 2 versus Pokemon Yellow. But actually it's quite tight. I don't know. You ever see 2 people shoot fireballs? It's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, but have you ever seen 2 cutesy animals fucking shooting lightning at each other, motherfucker?
47% Street Fighter 2, 53% Pokemon Yellow. I'd agree with Pokemon Yellow.
It's quite close here, and I think it goes back.
It is close.
This one is a big nostalgia vote, I think. Right?
Yeah.
I'm with the public here. Pokemon Yellow. I liked Street Fighter 2, but nowhere near as much as I liked. I had a big Pokemon phase in my life growing up at some point, and and I prefer the gameplay overall to Pokemon Yellow because Street Fighter 2, after a while, you play other fighting games, and I know Street Fighter is renowned, but honestly, I always thought Tekken was the better fighting game, and Mortal Kombat. So
I never really got into Pokemon. Never had a Pokemon phase
that's
at
true.
all. So I
It's a
definitely
bitch ass RPG though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I always got lost and didn't know what to do.
It's simple. You watch
Wow.
the episodes.
They tell you what to do.
100%. Yeah, that Indigo League on Netflix. If you ever get stuck in the game, just watch the episode. It'll actually tell you whatever Ash has to do in that game or in that episode. You go do that in Pokemon Yellow.
There you go. Man.
Okay, well, I am going to vote Pokemon Yellow, and then I'm going to get the game, and I'm going to watch the show so I can complete it.
Yeah, I mean, you could get the Let's Go Pikachu on Switch.
No, I don't know.
Do you know that one?
What is that?
That's a remake of Pokemon Yellow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty
See,
good.
here's the thing.
That honestly, that sounds more like as if that's like a
Well, it
like
was supposed to be
like an anime catchphrase that's like on your like laptop sticker.
Yeah. And if you saw the case as well, you think, God, this is like one of those knockoff kind of Pokemon games. But it's supposed to be their tie-in. Like they were trying to tie in, the Pokemon Go on your phone,
Right? Yeah.
with the regular kind of traditional Pokemon game. So it has more of the gameplay from Pokemon Go, where you just catch Pokemon by just throwing balls at them. But you actually do battle trainers then. But what's neat about it is there's a point where in the game, which wasn't in the original, it's only in this one, where you can go to this area which is like a kind of like a Pokemon safari.
Okay.
And you can link your phone up to it. So any Pokemon that you've caught in Pokemon Go, you can upload into the game.
That's cool.
That is awesome.
It's pretty dope.
Let's get to
So we agree with that.
Everyone else does a walkthrough in a magazine, and Pokemon's walkthrough is an anime series.
It's
Go
actually
check it
genius though. It's because like
That's cool.
You know the way when you're trying to like you remember like with Batman and things like that, the movies, it was all about trying to sell toys. So the
Yeah.
designs were based on the toys. And here they have like the cards, toys, the games, and now a TV show. And it's like a kid can just watch the show while playing the game, and there's like this connection there.
There's
It
an
was
interactive element almost.
absolutely genius. It was.
Yeah, I know. I agree with Pokemon Yellow there. So the next matchup is Super Mario 64 versus Batman Arkham. Like, who the fuck decided to pair these together against Batman Arkham City?
Weird.
I don't know about you guys. Look at Mario's cool and all, but it's fucking Batman, man. Come on. Arkham City is a great game, and I would go with Batman Arkham City, which the public did 61%. I agree.
I agree with Batman.
Yeah, Batman. He could kick Mario's ass down to
That-
all
that
those
was-
plumbing pipes.
That was our easiest one yet. yeah, Batman. Go on, go.
Yeah, no, like Mario 64 was cool and all, and again, it historically has like we probably wouldn't have the likes of Batman Arkham City if it wasn't for Mario
Of course.
64, but like
In terms of the platforming.
Oh, right.
Batman. No, not just terms of platform. It's how to navigate a 3D world with a third person perspective.
Oh,
That's
okay.
never
I
been
get you.
done until Mario 64. Not properly, anyway. It was the
Mm.
game that showed game devs on how to do
But I
it.
think as well, there's an important thing in like, it's one thing to say, let's have a vote about, which I know you're not saying, but just for people listening, like it's one thing to vote on which game is the most important game versus which game is the better game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in terms of for gaming as a whole, Super Mario 64 is probably a more important game. But as an actual gaming experience, even though it probably has a lot to owe to Super Mario 64, I mean, Batman Arkham City is just fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, no, I agree with it. Yeah.
The next pairing is Dark Souls versus Shadow of the Colossus, and Dark Souls won with a 66% vote.
I like this pairing. I think this pairing is a good pairing.
I actually do too, because both I think are actually hard to play.
Yeah, I've played Shadow of Colossus, and I've beaten one or two Colossi.
Mhm.
But I've never played Dark Souls, the first one. But I've played obviously the third one.
So which
I'm
one would
personally gonna go with Shadow of the Colossus just because I really, really hate the Dark Souls style games.
Oh, that's it. I thought you were going to say
That's
more.
it.
Eric?
I'm actually going to say Shadow of the Colossus as well.
Oh, well, there's that. So we disagree with the. Well, for the record, I would like to say I was going to go with Dark Souls, even though I don't like those kinds of games. But I remember playing Shadow of the Colossus. I quite like the art style, but it was such a barren wasteland and not in an interesting way. It just looked like a big plain green map with a couple of cliffs and stuff.
Right.
The Colossi looked cool, but at least in Dark Souls, I thought every enemy and the environments looked really, really cool. And I quite enjoyed those YouTube videos where people would like pick a character and then like go
Break
into a big
down
break them down what they might mean and all that kind of stuff. I think the mythology
Okay.
around that is cool. Either way, I didn't particularly enjoy either of the gameplay, but Shadow of the Colossus has won for us. So
Yeah, for
This
me,
has
I
a wicked ending.
Yeah, see, that's
I
kind
know,
of
I
that's
know.
the thing. I chose Shadow of the Colossus based on actually more its outcome,
The
more
story.
than- yeah,
Right.
for the story because
Yeah.
it actually kind of has one and has like an ending that pays off. While with Dark Souls, it's
Yeah,
kind
no,
of
that's totally
less
fair.
so.
That's totally fair. And I do wonder as well, like Dark Souls, again, kind of like the Halo 2 thing. Is it because people love those Souls-like games that are like just whatever, any Dark Souls, that'll do? Or is Dark Souls 1 actually, because I think Dark Souls 2 is preferred.
I thought I heard otherwise. I thought I heard Dark Souls 2 was kind of the least preferred.
Yeah, I think that's the least
Oh, really?
favorite one.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Dark
okay.
Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3 are actually the most connected. Dark Souls 2 kind of feels a little kind of out of the way and doing its own thing. Like, but Dark Souls 1, I would imagine lots of people love that based on it is the first one and establishes the
I am
entire
really
world
surprised at
lore.
how loved these games are, and I think, like for me, just as an observer, I feel like it's now after becoming this kind of thing that if you don't like them,
You're not a real gamer.
yeah, like I can't help but feel like there's a lot of fucking fake love for these games. Maybe there isn't, but I just
gatekeeping.
can't help but feel like there's fake love for it. You know?
Yeah, there could be a case of like, oh, I gotta say this because I'm afraid of anyone hearing me say otherwise or something. It's like if someone, God forbid, genuinely doesn't enjoy Metallica, but they are a metal fan and they're like, I just don't really like Metallica, and it's like, what? And you call yourself a metal fan, you know? And it's like suddenly it's like you obviously don't like metal.
Yeah, but there's a difference.
No,
Metallica's been around longer than Dark Souls.
No, I know that, but I just mean that like if it's like
I don't know. I would compare it more towards like the more extreme metal end of things, like
Sure.
the stuff that's really hard to listen to, right? Because this thing is hard to play.
Like Dying Fetus.
Yeah, like shit like that,
Right.
like Emperor or something. Like it's like stuff where it's like, and it's like they're like elitists as well, and they're saying that anything other than this is just pussy music. It's like
sure.
like
Okay.
that's kind of how I see it. But I just I don't know. It's they're oddly popular, these games.
They are very popular. Yeah. How about in the next pairing then? Half-Life 2 versus Rise of the Tomb Raider.
I'm really surprised at how close these are, and also with which one won.
I'm surprised at which one won. Yeah,
I am too. I haven't played the Half-Life games, but I know they're beloved.
Yeah.
And honestly, I preferred the first Tomb Raider to Rise of the Tomb Raider.
same.
I even preferred Shadow of the Tomb Raider to Rise of the Tomb Raider. But I would never have expected that on this list anyway. But of the two of these, because I haven't played Half-Life 2 and I do like the modern rendition of the Tomb Raider character, I would go with Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I've no interest in really ever playing Half-Life, so I would stick with Rise of the Tomb Raider here.
Yeah. That was such like a
But I think it's clear that, like, I mean, Half-Life 2 got 48%, Rise of the Tomb Raider 52%. That's
they're close.
not a huge gap at
No,
all.
they're close.
No. Yeah,
And it's probably similar thing with us here. It's probably like I would say Rise of the Tomb Raider won here because there's not many people would have played Half-Life 2.
But
you know,
everyone who
like-
has picked it.
Exactly, right? That just shows
I
that
think
that's a
so.
that's obviously a great game, but just not enough people have played it, I think.
Yeah. The next pairing is Super Metroid versus Apex Legends. Apex Legends won, but it was 54%. Again, quite close. terms
Quite
of the
close. I would go
pairing.
Super Metroid here myself.
Yeah, same.
So would I.
Apex Legends. I've played Apex Legends. Again, like Fortnite, if you die or don't die, you still kind of played and experienced the game, and that's sort of it.
Yeah. I just think I'm more interested in the art style and world of Super Metroid than I would be Apex Legends.
Yeah.
So that's where I come from there. The next one is Animal Crossing New Horizons versus Titanfall 2. The public went with Titanfall 2, 67%. I don't fucking know here.
I will go with Titanfall 2. I've really played it, but the gameplay is pretty good.
Okay.
Animal Crossing has always been one of those games where, again, I'm just like, I don't even know why this is popular, but
You got to pay taxes,
obviously
man.
not that
Feed
popular.
your animals.
It's funny how that's the game of that was the game of the pandemic, wasn't it?
Right, and and it got 33% here. I haven't played either of these, and honestly, and I don't even know much about either of them. Like I've seen fuck all of either. So if I had to pick one up, I wouldn't pay full price for either of them, to be honest. But I'd actually be more curious to try Animal Crossing to see what the fuck the fuss is about. I feel like Titanfall 2 will feel like other games I've played, and Animal Crossing would give me a different experience, and I would be curious as to why was this such a beloved game during the pandemic. So I'm gonna go Animal Crossing.
Ew, asshole. You did that on purpose.
I mean, it doesn't really matter here because let's be honest, whichever one wins here is getting wiped out in the next one.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah. We're probably.
And we won't. That's the thing. Because we get to the next round, we'll have talked about each game, so we won't have to spend as long in the kind of picking of them.
See, I'd say if I had to spend money on these two games, I'd probably go for Titanfall 2 because I think it has multiplayer as well.
Yeah.
Didn't we get it in PS Plus?
Did we?
I think so.
Sometimes I miss some of those,
Well,
and that's obviously one of them.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Okay, so Titanfall 2 it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
imagine I get more gameplay out of Animal Crossing, but yeah, Titanfall 2.
Half-Life Alyx versus
I think
Bloodborne,
there's another Half-Life game.
and Bloodborne won by 70%. Half-Life
it-
Alyx was the VR one, wasn't it?
Yeah, so there
Yeah.
wouldn't have
That's
been a
true.
lot of people to play it. Looks like fun though, but not a lot of people play it.
I'm gonna go Half-Life.
I've played and cleared Bloodborne. It's a pain in the ass. I actually don't have as much love for it as a lot of other people do. So I'm actually gonna go with Half-Life.
I really like the art style of Bloodborne, but in this case, I don't think that's enough because I think Half-Life Alyx, like I don't have a VR. I would love to get more into VR, and I'm blown away by it. And because that won like VR Game of the Year last year, and people spoke so highly about the sound audio in it and everything, I would love to try that. Whereas Bloodborne, it's in my PS Classics list, and I still haven't tried it. So, yeah, Half-Life.
I've tried to give Bloodborne a go. It's one of those things where I'm like, I have to try and like this
Because everyone loves it, right?
because everyone loves it. It's even in people's favorite games of all time.
It is.
You know, or
Yep.
favorite PS4 exclusives of all time. It's like,
See-
okay, so there's something here I'm not getting. I
See,
just fucking hated it. I
for
really
me-
hated it.
For me, the game would be better if it wasn't I mean, I'm gonna say this is gonna be weird, but a Soulsborne style game. If it wasn't a Dark Souls,
But that's
style
why
game,
people love it, though.
Yeah, I
that's
know,
the
but-
thing
I know,
where
but
I'm
if it was-
like, I'm
if it
trying
was-
to, I'm
if it
trying to
was a-
understand.
if it was
'Cause-
more like a survival horror in this world,
Yeah. No, I.
where
I
it's difficult based on item management and stuff like that, I think it would be better, much more kind of slightly more story driven.
mhm.
I mean, the art and the
Yeah.
environments are really cool.
Oh,
Tetris versus Rock Band.
68% for Tetris, 32% for Rock Band. I agree with the public here. I think Tetris is the better game.
I'm gonna go against the grain and say Rock Band. I used to play that with my friends at sleepovers, and I really, really enjoyed the group camaraderie around it.
I am going to choose Tetris because I can actually play it.
Okay,
I suck at Rock Band.
Tetris it is.
Tetris it is.
I don't think we need to explain much on that.
No.
Hades versus Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime
I like
won
this
54%.
percentage. Yeah, 54% Metroid Prime, 46% Hades.
This is a nice close one.
Game.
Yeah,
I haven't played either of them.
I've played Hades. I actually turned out I haven't cleared it. I completed the start.
Oh my god,
it's such a long game. I'm gonna go with Hades.
Okay.
I like their kind of their
it's cool. It is a cool game. I'm gonna go with the public here, Metroid Prime, but Hades is pretty cool. That's why I like the
Metroid Prime is the one that's not
vote here.
platformer, isn't it?
no, it's the one where it went to kind of first person.
Yeah, I'd go with that as well. Yeah. Metroid Prime it is. Okay. Next,
Super Mario.
Pairing is
Fucking hell.
Super Mario Bros. 3 versus Persona 5 Royale. And Super Mario Bros. 3 won with a 70% vote. Do you agree with that?
Yep.
Sure, I haven't played any of them.
I would have
Persona
gone.
5 is
It's supposed to be the best one.
yeah, it's supposed to be one of the best games ever made. But again, I think we know why the public chose Super Mario here.
Because they're too afraid to say Persona 5.
I'm gonna go Persona 5.
Yeah.
I have way more interest in playing Persona 5 than I do Super Mario Bros.
See, I
On the art style alone and the jazzy music soundtrack, I would play Persona 5.
I know, but you'd have to play it with like turning the dialogue down to not and just read it.
Yeah, but it's just Super Mario Bros. 3 doesn't have dialogue, but when Mario has dialogue, it's a kid's cartoon. Like it's just as fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, that's true. I don't
sorry,
really
but
know
it
what
is.
Super Mario Bros. 3 is.
Well, it's the usual side-scrolling platformer.
Like they're fun, but I would prefer
Persona
Persona 5.
Persona 5.
Okay. Should pull you down here.
I like that on this side of the wall, or not wall, but on this side of the graph. Like we're actually going against the public more.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I would love to. I've always been meaning to get into Persona, but apparently it's like just such a long game.
I
Yeah,
tried
it's
It's like really fucking long.
I tried playing one of them and I played it for like 3 hours and only did one fight.
Yeah. No, they're supposed to be really fucking long.
Like Doki
It's
Doki
it's
was
Doki
like
Doki
grand.
with combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this takes forever to get to combat. Like there's just so much talking and no movement. Anyway, okay.
This to me is a strange pairing. Castlevania Symphony of the Night
Isn't for me.
versus Resident Evil 4.
Castlevania should have been against Metroid.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Metroidvania.
Metroidvania. And Resident Evil 4 won 79% vote.
I agree.
Yeah.
I also agree.
All
Is
right.
that unanimous?
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4. Yeah.
Resident Evil 4. We stay with the public there.
Okay.
This one is fucking bullshit, man. Fuck. What the fuck? Clearly, there's some people out there who've never played. I'm joking. Each to their own, but fuck me.
No, that's definitely what happened there.
You think so? I don't. I think
Yeah,
no.
like
I
it is.
I think
it
people
is a great
genuinely
game.
would prefer Breath of the Wild, and also as beloved as Final Fantasy VII is. Sorry, audio listeners, it's Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild versus Final Fantasy VII, and Breath of the Wild won at 65%. You can understand why I would take this to heart so much. But this is kind of like that Chrono Trigger thing. 7 is a niche audience. The JRPG is a niche audience.
Yeah.
It's probably the JRPG that people have played, that the most amount of people have played.
Yeah.
But I'd say more people have played Breath of the Wild.
Yes,
So
I disagree. I
But I
think Final
won-
Fantasy 7.
100% disagree on every fucking level.
Breath of the Wild is incredible. It's an amazing game. But
I'm not saying it's not. I
Final
don't
Fantasy
wanna-
7 is also incredible and amazing game and has a way better story. So
A great
And
soundtrack.
the fucking
Great soundtrack.
music.
Yeah.
So this is where we get to the fun part where we start. Now we don't have anyone else's votes to go off. By the time this comes out, I'm sure some of the other rounds will have happened. But at this time, we're actually literally just going off our own. So
Yeah, and also this is the part where we have to go against ourselves.
Ah, fuck.
okay, so
Yeah.
let's
Yeah,
start
yeah.
interesting. Here we go. This is where it gets interesting. Red Dead Redemption versus Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Give us your vote, guys.
For me, it's Red Dead Redemption. I actually cleared it. I could not get past the bike mission on San Andreas, so I'm gonna go Red Dead.
I love these. This is like Rockstar pinnacle. This is top then. This is top tier.
This
Is just they're both so fucking good. But I'm gonna go with San Andreas.
Oh, Chris, it's on you.
Why did you do this? I was actually trying to get in just before you. I love the setting of Red Dead Redemption, but I'm also going to go with San Andreas.
Okay.
It had more of an impact on me growing up.
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right. That's where we're at so far, guys. Okay. The next one was Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic versus Fallout New Vegas.
I mean, I think we know which one's going to win. Not this one right now, but the next one.
I think New Vegas is going to win, and I'm going to choose New Vegas.
I'm going to choose Knights of the Old Republic.
I'm actually going to choose, because I've played both of them. I am going to choose New Vegas because out of both of their clunky gameplay mechanics, New Vegas has the less clunky gameplay mechanics.
Okay. My friends group hate you both, but okay. Okay.
All right. World of Warcraft versus Chrono Trigger.
For me, this is Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger, yeah.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger. I think Warcraft is going to win that there.
Probably.
You think between World of Warcraft and Burnout Tree? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Chrono Trigger. Yeah.
Wait, do you not think Oh.
Do I not think what?
Never mind. No. We'll go back to it when we get to it. Let's stick with the
Yeah. Okay, so Call of Duty 4 versus Journey.
COD 4.
Yeah, COD 4.
COD
I think.
4.
As beautiful as Journey is.
You can get more out
What
of
am I
it.
doing here?
What are you doing, man?
Here we go. Got it.
Have we lost anyone yet? Is anyone following us right now and going, you motherfuckers?
Probably.
Well, I don't know if anyone would disagree there, right?
No, but on some of the
Journey's
other ones,
fucking
maybe.
beautiful, but like,
Sure. Well, they didn't pick Journey, so.
no, they didn't.
So they don't.
I do think COD 4 is going to win there anyway. So
I would agree.
The only one that we're like way off on is this.
Yeah, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. Portal 2 versus God of War. I mean, the one that's going to win is probably the one that we're going to pick.
Yeah, Portal 2.
God of War.
Oh, right. Sorry.
God
No
of
point in
War.
even having a vote there. Come on, guys.
No point in having a.
And the one that we are going to pick here is also going to. That's going to be fucking hard on the next round.
Oh man.
no!
Oh man.
Well, it's like the same good.
So that was between Skyrim and Assassin's Creed Black Flag. We went for Skyrim. On the next one, it's between Bioshock and Fable 2.
I'm going to go with Bioshock.
I'm
am
also
also-
going to go Bioshock.
Hey, it's unanimous. Bioshock. Yeah.
Okay.
And the next one is between The Witcher 3 and Doom.
I'm going to Witcher 3.
I'm also going to go with The Witcher 3.
Oh, happy days. I thought you were going to make it hard and you were going to say Doom, but yeah, The Witcher 3.
Like, assuming that is the OG Doom, it really doesn't hold up against The Witcher 3.
No.
Sure.
So
Okay.
Over to the other side. Here we go. Now we're fucking flying it, guys. Okay,
Yeah, we
Super
are.
Smash Bros. Ultimate versus MGS3. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but
I'm
Chris-
sorry.
I think we know that The Last of Us is going to end up there.
Oh, yes.
It is.
Yes.
For
I think
me, it's definitely MGS3.
I have a feeling, right? I could be totally wrong, but it could be interesting if it gets there. But The Last of Us could end up getting paired against God of War at the end.
I don't think
Probably.
so. I think GTA 5 is going to knock it out.
It might. But anyway, yeah, MGS3 here. Now, I actually think this next one is a little tricky.
This one is a
Personally?
little tricky.
Mass Effect 2
I don't
versus
think so.
Uncharted 2.
Yeah, we all okay. We all know you, Mass Effect hater. Mass hater. That's what
You're
I
a
call
mass
you.
hater. Get out of here, you stinking mass hater, and say some prayers.
You hate effect.
Say your
I'm going to
prayers,
say
Noodles.
Uncharted 2.
There was Uncharted 2.
Oh, Chris, what are you saying?
I'm waiting to see what you say.
Ah, fuck you.
Or I could just go for the other one and give you the deciding vote.
Oh,
Um,
I'm going to
I
say.
find this tricky.
I do too. I am going to go with.
Yeah, go for it.
Mass Effect 2.
I'm going to go with Uncharted 2.
Okay.
That made the next round really hard. Anyway,
Now we've got Pokemon Yellow versus Batman Arkham City.
Batman Arkham City for me.
Batman Arkham City for me. There you go, Adam.
Alright,
We
okay.
spared you that vote. You were probably Pokemon Yellow, though.
I was Pokemon Yellow. Yeah.
No, sorry. I like Pokemon, but I prefer Batman.
Oh, I prefer Batman, but it's just Pokemon's a better game.
Actually, out of curiosity, who do you think the public are going to pick out of those two?
Out of those two, I think they're
that's-
gonna pick Arkham City.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I actually think that's going to be a tight one.
I think more people again. It's just for these type of games, pairing off. There is a general like consensus of the types of games people like. Hence why Sony is so particular about their own studios doing third-person action-adventure games.
Okay. Yeah.
They notice they don't have a single JRPG really that's made by their own crew.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon Yellow, like it plays like a JRPG, so it kind of fits that kind of category. They don't have as big as an audience, so I think Arkham City's gonna win.
Okay, so the next pairing now in this round of the bracket tournament, Shadow of the Colossus versus Rise of the Tomb Raider.
I'm gonna go with Tomb Raider.
I was going to go Tomb Raider as well.
And Tomb Raider as well here. Sorry, Shadow. What if we put them together and we had Shadow of the Tomb Raider?
Yeah. Oh, we put the one above and we got the Yellow City.
The Yellow City.
Arkham Pokemon.
Super Metroid versus Titanfall 2.
I'm gonna go with Super
Metroid.
Okay.
So fuck you, Eric.
It's interesting to hear about the way their round is going to be, which is Titanfall 2 versus Apex Legends, because it's the same
studio, isn't it?
Same universe.
Same universe. Oh, yeah. Okay. I knew it was something.
Okay, so we're going Super Metroid then.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. We've got Half-Life Alyx versus Tetris.
I'm going to go with Tetris.
I'm going with Half-Life.
I would definitely be way more interested in Half-Life Alyx. Tetris is fun, but it's as fun as Snake. You know what I mean? It's
No, Tetris is great.
Yeah, okay. Metroid Prime versus Persona 5.
I will go with Persona 5.
I think I might actually go with Persona 5 here.
I'm also going to go with Persona 5. I'm more interested in it.
Yeah. I still don't know what the fuck the games are about. Ah, no!
No, this isn't hard. Final 7.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 is a no-brainer for
Final
me.
7
I
versus
love
Resident 4.
Resident Evil 4, but
Yeah.
between the two of them, there's other people out there are so going to disagree, but between the two of them, Final Fantasy 7.
Okay.
Well, I'm not dying for a remake of Resi 4. Like if it comes
out
on
every console.
grand. Well,
But
Final 7 was out on every console.
But you need part 2 of that remake, don't you?
But yeah, FF7, since that was since PS2, I've been wanting a remake of that.
Yeah.
It just goes to show it was really dated even when it launched.
Yeah, in some ways it was, and in other ways it was incredibly ahead of its time.
Okay. Oh, we absolutely flew through that. So we're on to
rocked it. Here we go. This is where it only gets harder. Well, this bit's easy.
we're
San
way ahead of
Andreas.
that. San Andreas versus New Vegas.
San Andreas.
San Andreas.
Sorry, New Vegas. You're just not
That
San
great.
Andreas. Okay, the next one is Chrono Trigger versus Call of Duty 4.
I'm going to go Call of Duty.
Eric?
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty 4. Yeah. I agree. Wow, we're it's like as if we like the same stuff. God of War versus Skyrim.
I'm going with Skyrim.
Fucking. They both have dragons.
I have my pick, but I want to hear Eric's first.
Fuck you. Why? That means yours must be the same as Adam's.
Oh, Sherlock Maguire here.
Because you would have just said God of War, it would have made it even harder on me. So yours is Skyrim, but I'll just say Skyrim.
No, I wanted to hear you debate. Yeah, no, mine's Skyrim. Like, I love God of War, but anyone who's listened to us knows how much we love Skyrim, and I love that world so much.
No, really?
What? You like that game? What? You gotta be crazy.
Witcher 3.
Bioshock versus The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Just to help out our audience, our audio listeners. I'm going with Bioshock.
Sorry, Eric. I'm gonna go Bioshock too.
Fucking
I know the whole world would
the
agree with
whole
you
world.
and disagree with me and Adam, but I prefer the setting of Bioshock.
Yeah.
I also think, even if there was a TV show, Bioshock would make a way better TV show.
I mean, again, depending on how it's handled. The Witcher show was made so well. If someone makes a shit Bioshock show, it's going to be a shit show. Like,
Well, I meant with the content that's in it. Like,
yeah, like it would make a great show. Of course it would.
yeah.
I gotta feel like it'd be a better horror movie.
I'd love it as a movie.
No, I think a show would be a bit better.
I
Like,
think so.
you know, that
I like
kind
the
of
self-contained like twist.
because the way
story
you
in it, though.
can, you know, but like the way Stranger Things is handled, like there's a lot more to it. You know, there's a lot happening in Bioshock.
Yeah.
It's
I
quite
mean,
long and yeah.
I suppose, you can cover more.
I think if it's a movie, it'll be a bit like the Doom film. You know, it'll just be
Man,
the fuck is this?
that was class. Yeah, that's exactly what you should cast as well. Get Carl Urban in it.
This is a good one. So the next one is MGS3 Snake Eater versus Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
I'm going to go.
And anyone who knows us knows that we love the Metal Gear Solid franchise and we love the Uncharted franchise. Our name for the podcast came from the Uncharted franchise.
It did, which is why I'm going to go for Metal Gear Solid 3.
I am also going to go with Metal Gear Solid 3.
Well, then does it matter? Do I have to say anything? Can I just keep my inner turmoil inside?
No,
No,
share your inner turmoil.
Ultimately, between the two of them, I would also go for MGS3.
Excellent.
Please, guys, know that we still love Uncharted 2 and Mass Effect 2. This
Arkham
one's
City
a no-brainer for me.
Rise of the Tomb Raider, Arkham City.
Arkham City.
Definitely.
This gets easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It starts
Kinda.
to sometimes.
Kinda.
The God of War and Skyrim one was pretty.
Super
tough.
Metroid versus Half-Life, Alex. I'm going with Super Metroid.
I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
I can't picture Super Metroid at all in my head.
The side-scrolling, a bit like, remember the Metroid Dread that was announced? For
Oh
Switch?
yeah.
Like that, only like pixel art, like
Okay.
like 16-bit or
Cool.
8-bit or 16-bit.
16-bit. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Half-Life.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna go Super Metroid.
Fucking dope game.
Well, this is a no-brainer. Persona 5 versus Final Fantasy 7. It's obviously Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Oops.
Any audience member who disagrees,
Why isn't that working?
you're entitled to your opinion.
Oh, I'm just gonna move it there then. Oh, there we go. Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right,
okay,
so
here we
we're
go.
going.
Shit's getting real now.
It's getting really real. Well, no,
It's gonna
back
get
up
fucking
to
real.
here.
San Andreas versus no.
And is that the top? Yeah, that's the top.
Yeah, San Andreas
versus
COD 4.
I'm gonna go with San Andreas.
I was gonna go for San Andreas as well.
Well, then it doesn't matter.
Say it, Chris.
I actually, honestly, if it was my own personal bracket, I would have gone at Call of Duty 4. Much as I
Okay.
love San Andreas.
Why?
Because I love San Andreas as a sandbox game. But Call of Duty 4 made me fall in love with first-person shooters. It changed my mind about first-person shooters, which I previously hated. And
Yeah,
I
well,
love
San
that
Andreas
game
made
for
me
it.
fall in love with Fate no more. So
Sure, bitchin'. It doesn't matter anyway. Like, I'm perfectly happy with San Andreas to go forward too. I'm not mad. I love San Andreas. So
excellent. Okay,
good. I just want to make sure of that.
Skyrim versus Bioshock. That's a good fucking.
It's going to be
Face off.
interesting
I
when
like that.
Skyrim goes up against San Andreas because Skyrim.
Imagine, yeah.
I go for Skyrim here. I'm not going for Bioshock.
I'll go for Skyrim.
Skyrim.
This is really boring, isn't it?
That's
just
too
getting
easy.
Pretty predictable at this
It's
point.
getting easier now, guys, isn't it? You know what's happening. MGS3 versus Arkham City.
Ooh, yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm gonna go with MGS3 here.
Yeah, same. This is the one mainly against Chris.
No.
What would you gone against? Or
I,
what would you have done?
I would have gone for MGS3 here. I love Arkham City, but
And it's Batman.
Some of
Chris.
the stuff
You wrote a thesis on him and you're going against him. You're
I did. Would anyone
abandoning him.
like me to talk about my thesis in a podcast episode someday? Let me know. But no, like a lot of what I like about the Arkham games though is how it reminds me of Metal Gear Solid. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I still don't get me wrong. I love Arkham
Come
City.
on.
This Super Metroid versus Final Fantasy VII. Get the fuck out of here! It's Final Fantasy VII.
Ooh, this is.
That's gonna get spicy soon though. Look
Okay.
at
So
this.
San Andreas
Oh.
versus
This.
Skyrim.
I actually feel like the ones that we've come down to are right.
This is the correct way to do it.
This is the actual best. video
Whoever
game of all
voted out
time bracket
MGS3
thing.
and Final Fantasy 7, like, yous are psychopaths.
You're fucking. You never got to this point, you fucking psychos. Okay, so let's start with San Andreas versus Skyrim first.
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
For me, it's also Skyrim.
God, the amount of shots people have to take right now.
Keep those drinks coming, boys. Yeah, every time I mention that. Okay, so
MGS3 versus Final Fantasy 7.
I actually am more interested in Adam's answer than
Oh my
anything else here.
Goodness.
For me, it's obvious. I love MGS3, but it's Final Fantasy 7.
Okay, I'm gonna make this harder on Adam. I'm going to say Metal Gear Solid 3 just to make it hard on Adam.
No,
Motherfucker, that's not being honest.
What's your actual answer?
No.
What's your actual answer?
Because one might not go ahead, and it might be the one you want to go ahead. No, is it MGS3 though? Because it's cool if it is.
No, see, my actual answer is.
Yeah, my actual answer depends on what Adam says.
Yeah. It's so difficult because
Okay, so why is it difficult? Why is this one so difficult?
they're so good and there's so many things to do in both of them.
By the way,
And
if any of our listeners or watchers, people watching, have not played any of these 4 last games, you are doing yourself a disservice. Like, these 4 are like pinnacle.
These are some of the
games.
best games ever made, easily.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
we need to know which one is the best.
Yeah, see, because the issue is like, if I choose Metal Gear Solid 3, I'm like, oh, damn it, I'm leaving that Final Fantasy 7. If I choose Final Fantasy 7, I'm like, oh, now I got 2 fantasy games in a runner-up.
Well, at some point, one of them has to get left out. Like this is it comes
know,
down to
I
one
know.
at the end. So
I know.
I mean, you already know where my path leads. Had I done this on my own, we would be here still.
yeah.
So
That's
in
true.
that way, it's kind of
That's true.
interesting. I
It's
don't
quite
feel like
it's quite shocking to see that game has been knocked out in
First round.
I think it's such a shame that that's
this
what
is
it went
going-
up against.
This is going to be, well, actually, this is strange. I think around here, it's going to be like a Bloodborne versus Breath of the Wild, and I think Breath of the Wild is going to end up in this position here.
It's going to be Breath of the Wild versus The Last of Us, 100%.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
I would have thought
Or
Bloodborne.
GTA
I would have
5.
thought. I would have thought Bloodborne.
GTA 5. I think it's going to be Breath of the Wild versus GTA 5, and I think GTA 5 is going to win it there on that side.
Possibly.
What do we think, Kirk?
But what's going to win on our side?
Final
Adam,
seven.
you have to fucking answer that. Shut the fuck up.
I'm going to go with.
I would be curious. I'm going to ask the question in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just do this first, and then I'm going to ask one last question before we finish up.
Are you asking the question?
No, I'm asking. No, I'm going to ask the question.
I want to know, Eric.
in a
Eric,
minute.
versus
right.
Final 7.
Sorry. How awkward was that silence, everybody?
Yeah, I thought Chris was going to ask the question, and then I was going to answer.
No, I said no. I come back to it. I want to.
Okay, right. I'm going to say Final Fantasy 7.
Okay.
What are you going to say, Adam?
That puts me out of my misery, doesn't it?
No,
you
still
have to
you
answer.
gotta answer, Adam.
Out of curiosity, if this was just your bracket, which one would you have picked?
I probably would put Final Fantasy 7 there. Yeah.
It hurts you to leave.
That's
Metal Gear Solid
fucking
behind,
hard,
doesn't
man.
it? That is a hard
that
one.
was brutal.
I
That was
won't.
brutal.
I won't
That
lie.
is
Like
cruel.
I know I said it and it seemed like it was easy. Like it's not. But
No.
anyone who's listened knows how much Final Fantasy 7 means to me. Like
Mhm.
above all else. Like
Yeah.
it would have won against anything, and right now it's about to win. So I'm happy. So life is good. Well,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, my vote. It's now down to Final Fantasy 7 and Skyrim. And anyone who's listened to our podcast knows how much we love Skyrim and how much we bring it up. Part of me wants to say it won for the fucking crack because of the joke of like it's the best video game of all time. They should keep re-releasing it. But on an honest level, for me, it's obviously Final Fantasy 7 here for me.
Okay. Based on Nah, go on, Adam. You go first.
No, you you know.
Well, actually, I
think
think the deciding vote is going to come down to Adam. And if it doesn't, one of our episodes in the past is pure bullshit, Eric. Because we once did episodes on our favorite games of all time individually, and you said yours was Skyrim. There's a recording of it. You're in court, brother. But of course, maybe you've changed your mind since. I don't know.
Yeah.
jury
You
think?
told me. You
Was the
told
jury
me.
thing?
Yeah.
You told me, right? And this was also recorded that I don't have to stick with it. I can change my mind.
Well, of course you can. You don't need me to tell you that. Is it okay if I change my mind?
Still
No.
bullshit though.
You must love what you know.
I am based on.
Are we retconning one of our one of our past episodes right now? Are we doing it? Are we retconning one?
No,
Here we go.
we're not. On the fact that it's where it exists at the moment. Like the fact that it's the 1997 version of Final Fantasy 7, but
Yeah.
with Skyrim they did not specify a year. And because of how much you can do it and all the expansions and stuff, and the fact that it's a bit more up to date with graphics and gameplay and everything, I will choose Skyrim.
Oh, motherfucker. Adam McGuire. This is the one.
I am going to go with
Put us all out of our misery.
Final Fantasy 7.
That fanfare music should play now. It is the best video game of all time, according to us. Well, out of this IGN list. So now let me backtrack for a second
Right.
and ask this question to Eric more than anyone else, because I already know what way it would go for you, Adam. Let's go back a step here, where we have Final Fantasy 7 versus MGS 3.
Oh,
And
okay.
let's say, for example, that was actually MGS 1 and not MGS 3.
That is not where I thought you were going to put that question, but okay.
Which one
okay.
would you have picked then? Because I imagine, Adam, you'd pick Metal Gear Solid, right?
Yep.
And then if Metal Gear Solid was up against Skyrim, you would have picked Metal Gear Solid.
Correct.
Right. Which wasn't even on the list.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like there was like 3 Super Mario games and 1 Metal Gear Solid.
So which one would you pick, Derek?
Oh, I don't know. I'd probably flip a coin.
If you had to pick one, though.
Yeah, I'd flip a coin.
And if that coin only had like one side, essentially, like printed on both sides,
It always lands on its edge.
Yeah.
It'll never land on a
Which
face.
one would you then pick?
Which one would I pick? I'd fucking become a millionaire. I get in the Guinness Book of World Records. Every time I flip a coin, it lands on its side. That's amazing. I would choose. But oh no, it's about good for their own different reasons.
Yeah, of course. I mean, most of these games are good for their own fucking reasons.
Yeah, but they're
why they're on this list.
They're so different. Like when you take Final Fantasy VII with Skyrim, they're both fantasies such rich and lore, and characters and stuff. But when you take Metal Gear Solid 1, it's not a big open world fantasy. It's
still, I would still consider it quite fantastical with its own lore and.
Oh yeah, the lore is fantastic, but I mean, as it just kind of been in the sense of
this is like, which brother do you want to insult more?
Yeah, and where I don't know if it's the same for you, but for me, I'm right in the middle of you.
on your Zoom screen.
Yeah,
right. Listen, you're keeping the audience waiting.
Right? I know. Why did you ask this question?
I thought it'd be interesting.
I would go with Metal Gear Solid 1 as I played that more, and it'd be in my history mind more. That's okay. See, that's not where I thought you were going to make the question, because I saw a yoke there, and I was like, "Ooh, that would have been a bit for me."
What was it?
It was
Mass Effect 2.
I'm not going to actually tell you that. Then you agree.
Mass Effect 2 versus The Last of Us.
That's not the one I was thinking of.
Oh, well.
What were you thinking of? Very quickly.
What were you thinking of?
The one I was thinking of, Witcher 3 versus Skyrim.
Ooh. Let us know, everybody. So that concludes our take on the IGN Best Video Game of All Time Bracket Tournament. There's games I feel are missing from that, but that's maybe a topic for another time, or maybe something that could be discussed in the comments on YouTube or even on social media with us, Facebook, Instagram,
Who do you think
and Twitter.
is going to win?
At the Brothers
Or what's going to take? What's going to win?
I think God of War is going to win.
I think we're definitely going to see God of War go all the way towards the end. Probably will win. Yeah.
Eric, what would you think out of the list of games?
Based on the, I would say GTA 5, based on the kind of audience we seem to have voting.
Okay, possibly. Okay, and let us know that as well, guys. Let us know your prediction of what's going to win, and what would you have picked along the way as well. And maybe even when you got to our point, if you think that we're crazy with what we picked, maybe let us know where along the lines you would have picked something else. So yes, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and click that notification bell for future content, and jump down in the comments to share your own thoughts. And if you listen to this on audio platforms, please do touch base with us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Brothers Take to give your take on everything we talked about today. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. We'll be back to talk to you about more crazy shit next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I just have to find that simple one. Justice has been served. Whoever voted that out.
Yeah, crazy. You haven't played Breath of the Wild.
Fair. Maybe my mind will change.
Not likely.